Oilers already won the trade deadline. Adam Henrique, they get him a full calendar day before the deadline. I wanted Henrique on the Oilers so badly. I said on Wednesday, teams should just get a bunch of centers, and no team is better situated to do that than the Oilers now. They have Adam Henrique, Leon Draisaitl, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who they can all move between center and left wing. Henrique, despite being pretty old, 34, 18 goals in 60 games this season, slam dunk move for the Ducks, and they also get Sam Carrick.
I love Adam Henrique. I love this ad for the Oilers. I think it's such a good fit. It just pushes the depth down, gives them like flexibility, like you mentioned. And an underrated part of this move that I love, a nice little reunion between Adam Henrique and Corey Perry, who he could be centering.
That's right.
They played on the Ducks in 2017, 2018.
So right now, and in recent games, the Oilers have been going with the Connor McDavid between Draisaitl and Hyman line, which is obviously loading up like crazy. If the Oilers want to do that regularly, they can do that now, because you're going to have Nugent-Hopkins on the second line with Kane. That's an awesome second pairing up front. I'd like maybe a little more on the right side there, but third line, theoretically, you could have Adam Henrique as your third line center, or you could just move him to wing and be loaded in your top six. I love this.
It also gives them the option to unload Warren Fogle, who we talked about before. Gives them the option to unload Warren Fogle in another deal. And I love the idea of the Oilers just fucking loading up their lineup. I still think, I don't know if they're going to have what it takes to go out and get a guy like Tyler Toffoli, but getting a guy like Tyler Toffoli, Frank Vetrano probably won't happen because they just made a deal with the Ducks. But like, if you want to go back to that Ducks well, getting somebody to add to the right side for the Ducks or for the Oilers and just loading up and having the most stacked forward group that you possibly can excites the hell out of me for Edmonton.
Toffoli is now my number one target for
yeah.
the Oilers, because he could just be your second line right wing, and you legitimately would be absolutely stacked in your top nine. Don't sleep on Carrick being involved in this. Bottom six forward, just another guy that you mentioned. Fogle, if you move Fogle out, bang, that can slide right in there. Fogle, I want to say, is making a touch under $3 million. I always assumed if they were going to make any sort of money in deal in which everything wasn't retained, they were going to have to move Fogle out anyway. They now have that insurance now that they got Carrick in there. I am crazy about this move. I'm crazy about them getting it done before the trade deadline. And now, man, it's Oilers, who have won 5 in a row, should be feeling themselves.
It's such a good deal because not only does it fit a need for the Oilers, but it's also probably like the most excited you can get about Adam Henrique joining a team, because like, I don't think Adam Henrique is the best player in the world, especially at this point in his career. But him being added to the Oilers just makes them just deeper, and he doesn't have to do too much. He's going to be a guy that can slot in and just perform in a role that allows him to be just found money. It's, oh my God, the Oilers are so exciting.
Do we know what the return is yet? It's picks, but do we know which picks they are?
I don't know, no.
Sounds like draft picks, says Drager, as part of a return, and a third-party broker likely involved. So, I mean, they do have more picks to trade than some of their competitors, especially like Panthers, Bruins, teams like that just really have nothing to move as far as picks go. The Oilers always would be able to do that. It's just a matter of whether they'd be able to fit the salary and the cap hit of whatever was coming in. But I love this because it also gives a little touch of they're not done. And
yeah, for sure. I mean, does this put the Oilers were probably already in like the best forward group in the NHL conversation.
Oh, I thought you were saying best team in the NHL, and I was like, they're already my guys.
Like, of course, but like most exciting forward group in terms of being able to roll 4 lines and be like, yo, it doesn't matter who's coming in or on or off the ice. Everybody that is playing for this team is pretty exciting. I would put Dallas and Edmonton as two teams definitely in that category.
Another thing that makes this crazy is you could just put Adam Henrique first line left wing, which is where he's played kind of a lot for the Ducks this season. And then you freed up Leon Draisaitl to be your second line center or play with, oh man, you could have like a Kane. There's so many options when you bring in a center who can play left wing and score a bunch of goals in the process. Again,
such a luxury.
Yes. Like, man, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, and Henrique can all scratch that itch of move them between left wing and center. They also have Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman. God, I love this forward group. I love that they added a couple of guys who are a little long in the tooth.
Sam Carrick doesn't really do anything for me, but Adam Henrique.
But it gives some, could be their last kick at the can. And I know that Sam Carrick, I'm pretty sure, is like 30, 31, 32, something like that. Whatever. Could still be his last kick at the can. We don't know. I'm crazy about this. And we could find out that the picks are 10 first-round picks in a row. Doesn't care.
Matter. Who cares? The Oilers need to win a Stanley Cup, and this makes them even more exciting. What a day to be an Oil man.
We all silly like the mayor.